It's showtime. Now then, people, it's Joe, it's All Leeds TV, and we're back again, Monday Night Football. I'm actually bringing you consistency for a change. I'm sorry, it's been a mad few weeks. I've had the job situation, we've had Connor leave the channel, and go out on his own, we've had no football, Tash and Jack have been on holiday, I've been on holiday, Oscar's been working, Danny's been brought in. We've had loads of stuff going on, okay? But we're back. We're back. It's the start of a new week. We've got Monday Night Football back. We have Premier League back, back where we belong after long 16 years, too long. Like my new T-shirt, by the way, from the Square Ball. Leeds Carajo. Campione's T-shirt, by the way. Look at that. Thing of beauty. I've waited long enough for it, but it's finally come. I've still not got my Leeds shirts. Has anyone else got their Leeds shirts? I've had an email now from Mosaic, or whatever that is, to say your order has been dispatched. And every time I click that link, it says, we've still not received it. We've still not received it. So I've got two shirts en route. The 11th, this Friday, day before we kick off against Liverpool, of course. We've also got the away shirt coming out, so that'll be going into the bag as well. If you haven't already, please watch our Liverpool chat we had with the Anfield Agenda. Absolutely top bloke. That went out this morning, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. I'm having a video call tomorrow with Chris from Redmen TV. So that's going to be going live at some point this week as well. We've then also got our previews. The previews are back, man. I'm so excited to do my Leeds versus Liverpool preview. So that's going to be back. We've got a watch along for the game itself, of course. We've then got post-match. There's loads coming out. So watch this space for all your Leeds United related content. But you can get it everywhere, man. You can get it everywhere. Whatever tickles your fancy. If you don't like what we do, you can go elsewhere. It is what it is, what it is, what it is. End of day, we're just normal blokes. Sometimes, I've had a nightmare with my kit. It's been really getting to me, if I'm being totally honest. But listen, it is what it is. I thought about it today, and I thought, Joe, you're just a normal bloke doing videos in a fucking room. Calm down. Doesn't need to be perfect, because that's not what you're about. You're just a normal dude. That's all it is. I'm not saying everyone's not normal, but do you know what I mean? I've been in there for a while now. I need to get out of there. Get out of there and get on with this. It is what it is. I only speak from the heart. That's all I ever will do. So today we are going to do my Premier League predictions for the season. Just a table, 20 down to 1. Let me know your thoughts, guys, as we go through it. We're also going to have a look around the league for transfers in and out, just to see what other clubs have done business-wise, yeah? But yeah, let's have a look. So what I've done, right, we'll go from 20 to first. Let me know where you guys think where you think Leeds are going to finish. Get them in the chat. Nathan, yeah, we have been pretty quiet, mate. It is what it is. We work. A lot of us work. We've been on holiday. We've got jobs. Family, man. Listen, I went on holiday for a week in Spain, and I had to quarantine for 2 weeks. Now, if anyone's planning on doing it, think about it. That's all I'll say, because I've got a house full of kids. Yeah, I've got a few kids myself. My partner's got a child. We've got a child together, and I've got 2 kids from previous. There's 6 of us in this house, and we've had to quarantine for 2 weeks, and we're not allowed to step foot outside the door. If we do, we might get a £1,000 fine. If there were no fine, I might be out and go for a run or whatever, but I can't even do that, right? I can't even do that. So, yeah. My head's mashed with it, if I'm being totally honest. Let's have a look. We've got Paul O'Connell says, hey, Joe, big love from Dublin, as always. Any legal issues or rules that could be broken if Bielsa doesn't sign before Saturday in terms of him being allowed on the sideline? Don't know. It's one worth thinking about, though, Paul. Definitely is one worth thinking about. But listen, I think Bielsa's done. He's just not going to sign until we get more maybe transfers through the door. I think that's the thing with Bielsa. He concentrates more on this. Look, his contract's secondary. getting people in the door and making sure his Leeds United side is prepared for the season ahead is primary for Bielsa. Everything else comes secondary. The probably club are saying to him every day, look, are you going to sign this? Are you going to sign this? Are you going to sign this? And he'll just be batting it away, batting it away, batting it away. But let's be honest, we know he's going to be there. Don't worry about that. I'm getting few of your predictions in. UBG says 13th. Alan Richardson says 12th. The Dan Bob 1982 is going 14th. We've got Mar Facey 11th. That's not bad. Nathan Davis says, great stuff. Looking forward to more content. Hope you enjoyed your holiday. Leeds. I did, mate. I did. And thank you so much for that. So, nowhere near relegation, in my opinion. I agree with you completely. Evan says he loves the channel. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Phil Clark's got 10th. Alison and Marty always watch. Thank you, Alison and Marty. They're going 15th. We've got Logan 10th. I love this from Evan. Optimistic, first. Let's have a look. Jack Schofield saying first City, second Chelsea, third Liverpool, fourth Manchester United, fifth Tottenham, sixth Arsenal, seventh Wolves, eighth Leicester, ninth Everton, 10th Southampton. No Leeds in there. Interesting. Harry Burns says he would take 12th. I think we'd take anything above 17th if we're being totally honest with ourselves. But I'll go through mine. So in 20th, as I've seen already placed before, I've gone for Fulham. I've gone for Fulham in 20th. Listen, I think Scott Parker is inept. They dragged themselves over the line. I think the only thing, listen, over the season, they didn't deserve to go up for me. Brentford deserved to come up through the playoffs. But the experience, not of Parker, but the experience of that 11 of Fulham got them over the line. We've seen the reaction after Brentford won in the semi-final. They were celebrating like they'd already won. We've seen that the previous season with Derby and Frank Lampard. It's not won then, you know. If you look at Fulham's reaction after that playoff win, they were calm, collected, assured, knew the job wasn't done. You had Brentford fans celebrating outside the ground, about 10 of them. Don't get me wrong, about 10 of them. But they were celebrating outside the ground like they'd already gone up. Thomas Frank was coming out saying, I mean, they just went about it all the wrong way. If you were to ask me who's going to go up through the Championship next season and win it, I will tell you now, I think it's going to be Brentford. And I think they'll be worth money. Ruben Hardcastle, can you say happy 10th birthday to my mate? Hey, you nearly got me. You nearly got me. Give away. Fair play, my friend. But listen, Wayman's a pro at this shit now. I didn't fall for it. All right? That happened my first time with All ECB. Not this time. You didn't get me, mate. Nice one, though. Here's me trying to be a nice guy. Someone's, you know, it's 10th birthday. I'll be nice. Go on. And you're trying to do me like that. You bang out of order. But you didn't get me. So it's all good. There you go. Once bitten, twice shy. So, yeah, I've gone Fulham. I think Scott Parker's inept. In terms of what they've done in the transfer window, let's have a look. Obviously, they re-signed Mr. Harrison Reed, I believe, from let's have a look, from Southampton. They've got Lamina, Southampton. Good player, but is he enough? I mean, Anthony Knockaert, nah. They got the kid Robinson on from Wigan, the left back, I believe, who was linked with AC Milan, but he had an issue with his heart, and that deal ended not coming off. But Fulham not done enough for me. Isn't it interesting now they've loaned out Alfie Mawson to Bristol City? He was going to be the next best thing, wasn't he? But yeah, there you go. Let's have a look. Jamie Slag, have you ever thought about being a comedian? Do you know what? I'll tell you a funny story, not to like inflate my own ego, but you know when you're in year 6 at school and everyone says who's going to do what? That was what people said. Don't think I've got enough skills for that, but yeah. I'm a funny. I'm a funny guy, I guess. Jaggy Babs, there he is. Jaggy Babs was the man who got me with Phil McCracken, but once bitten, twice shy. So you'll never get me with them other names. I think it was Mike Oxlong. Well done. But yeah, Jaggy Babs was the one. But Jaggy Babs is a good lad. Do you know what I mean? At that time, I was fuming. I think I styled it out well though, because I could have easily gone round and said, oh yeah, Phil McCracken from Scotland. Yeah, I think we are interested with him. That'd have been worse, I think. You know, because sometimes you have to blag it, right? Pretend you know what you're talking about, especially when you get caught on the fly. But I was like, yeah, I've not heard about that. I'll have a look at it. If I'd have turned around and said, you know, yeah, there's a chance that we might be after him. I don't think I'd have come back from that. That might have been it. But yeah, loving the channel, Joe. You're doing a great job. Thank you, Alison and Marty, for always tuning in and being great support. So Fulham in 20th. In 19th, I have Brighton and Hove Albion. Just a bit of shithousery. They might not end in the bottom three. Do I want them to end in the bottom three? Yes. Why? Because they wouldn't free Ben White. He doesn't want to be there. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the image, the photo of him signing his new deal inside a building that had ripped down walls and looked like it hadn't been decorated. It was as though Ben White was saying to us, please get me out from here. They're keeping me, against me will. But ultimately, we've got him a new deal. They're going to have to give him a good contract. I do think Ben White will have a good season. I don't think he'll have as good a season as he would have had with Leeds United and Bielsa. But it is what it is. He's going to go to Brighton. But the reason I say that Brighton are going to be in the bottom three is because all they've done, guys, is bringing defensive options, and every Brighton fan will tell you that that's not what they want. Do you know what I mean? They have brought in Veltman, Dendoncker. Obviously, re-signed Ben White. They've got Adam Lallana. I don't think he's enough to get them over the line. But there you go. We've had a Liverpool fan come in who says you will get 16 or 20. Well, which one is it? Are we going to get in between that? 16, I'll take that, Mr. Cahill. Unless that's your score prediction for the weekend. I mean, don't get me wrong, you have every reason to be confident, but you're not knocking 16 past us. I'll tell you that much. Ed, that is unreal crack. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Yeah, Ben White looked as though he did not want to be there. Rather play the god than Harry Potter. I totally agree. Bielsa is the Messiah. Let's not forget that. I did a thing yesterday with for 90minute.com. I'm going to be appearing on their weekly podcast, which is taking place on Thursday. I think it gets released Friday. And I had to do a bit of a debate with a Liverpool fan. And one of the reasons I said that we could possibly get a positive result against Liverpool was due to the fact that we have the Messiah. We have God. We have Bielsa. His attention to detail is second to none. And I think he's going to be the one. He's going to have every sort of thing planned out. If it was anyone else, I'd maybe think not. But we'll have to wait and see. But in Bielsa we trust. Right, let's have a look then. So who've I've got next? In 18th. Now, this might be a surprising one for a few of yous, but I've gone Newcastle. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm out of my mind for saying that? Do I think Callum Wilson is going to come in and was he pulling up trees at Bournemouth before they went down? No. I know a lot of Leeds fans was like, I'd love to get him in, but I just think with Steve Bruce, I'm not convinced. Jeff Hendrick in, Callum Wilson in, Ryan Fraser. Yes, Ryan Fraser is a good player. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced with Steve Bruce. I'm not convinced with Newcastle, and I have got them 18th. And I know a lot of people will probably think you don't know what you're talking about, which is fine, which is fine because I don't. But I think I think they might struggle. I do think they might struggle. Let me know what you guys think. One flew over the cuckoo nest says hopefully they will go down. Emmett's bottom three. Emmett Oliver's bottom three is West Brom, West Ham, Villa. That would be nice. Newcastle and Bruce. What a shower. Yeah, of course, Ruben. We will never ever forget the neck and in betweeners night. It was quite the night, and hopefully we will have more of that to come during the season. Radaby Lee says Fulham, West Brom, Palace, Villa, Burnley and Brighton will all be in a relegation battle. Newcastle and West Ham, there or thereabouts. Barring disaster, I'm confident we will be fine. And I agree completely. But again, like Demar says, football is a game full of opinions. That's all this is, an opinion. So yeah, I've got Fulham in bottom, Brighton in 19th, probably just because I can't stand them now, and 18th, Newcastle. In 17th, I've gone for West Bromwich Albion. I think, you know, they're just one of them teams, they yo-yo in and out, and sometimes, you know, last day sort of jobby saving themselves. I'm a big fan of Slaven Bilic as well. I'm not going to lie. I do really like the man. I just think he knows what he's talking about. And I was really impressed with his punditry. You know, that's what really, you know, like when you watch Glenn Hoddle, as much as you like say about Glenn Hoddle, he knows what he's talking about, in my opinion. And I thought it was the same with Slaven Bilic. I think it was the Euros, or was it the World Cup? Every time he spoke, he was one of them that pricked my ears. But yeah, I like how this guy speaks, and I just really respect the man. Not that I know him, you know, personally, but I think he'll do all right with West Brom. They've sound, of course, they've got Matthias Pereira. He's in my dream team, by the way. Oscar gave me that shout. Both him and Pablo Hernandez in that 10 role, laying on assists, nice and cheap. They've got the defender Kipri from Wigan. Again, big fan of Kipri. If you remember, I remember doing a pre-match post-match after Wigan when we got beaten. Every time we knocked the ball into the box, Kipri was there 24/7, out. Right man, right time. And I think he'll do good. Of course, they've got Grady Dean Garner as well. Big fan of Grady Dean Garner. He's very decent. And I know that Mark Noble actually came out on Twitter, didn't he, and said he can't believe that the club have let him go. He's such a great talent. And we've seen that. So I think West Brom will just stay up through the skin of the teeth. But that's mine. Someone's just asked, do I have a league code? I've not done one myself, mate. I've joined on the Talking Shut one. Normally we would do something like that, but I've just seen how many were coming out. I think Square Ball have got one. I know Connor's done one. I know Talking Shut have done one. Loads. But Talking Shut have got quite a big one, to be fair. You've got Simon from the Kaiser Chiefs in there, and there's a load of others as well. So I would head over to Talking Shut's page. They've set up a Twitter page as well, I think. So if you head over to Talking Shut, they've got one set up. I think Young Ben's running it. Looks really decent. So I've just entered in that. So go over to their Twitter page, get on that one. There is quite a lot of people. I think there's almost 1,000 in that one, and they've got a Twitter page specifically for it, which means it'll be good crack throughout the season. So go into that one. If you can, if you want to, that is. You might not want to. You might want to go on Connors. You might go. It's entirely up to you, man. In 16th, I've gone Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are just a bit of a meh to me. Roy Hodgson, meh. Crystal Palace, meh. Yeah, I mean, in terms of business, I mean, it's been pretty quiet, hasn't it? It's only really Chelsea that are really doing business at the minute, absolutely going out their ends. Crystal Palace, Nathan Ferguson from West Brom, another one that's gone in my dream team, nice and cheap, and I do rate Nathan Ferguson, did well at West Brom. And of course, Eberici Eze as well, 20 million. He's a top talent and someone, you know, I mean, even KP said, didn't he? He was the player that gave him a game over the 2 games, the real difficult test. Is 20 million a bit much? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Crystal Palace are a bit meh for me. I don't know what you guys think. In 15th, I've got Aston Villa. I do think, look, they were lucky to stayed up on a technicality for me. And I know Villa fans will say different and say that's a lot of tosh. You know, it's over a 38 game season. But ultimately, if they don't get that freak goal chalked off against Sheffield United, to go down, do they not? So there you go. I've got them in 15th, though. I do think they will stay up. I don't rate the manager. I don't really rate Villa. I don't rate Jack Grealish. Sorry, I just don't really like Villa, if I'm being totally honest. But that's fine. You know, you don't have to like other football clubs. Is what it is. Let's see what business they've done. Matty Cash, decent fullback. In majority of people's picks for team of the season last season in the Championship, had a stellar season. It'd be interesting to see if he he can bring that to the Premiership. And Ben Krishney from Exeter. Don't know a lot about him, guys. This is the thing. A lot of these players I don't know a lot about. They've got rid of a few, though. Andre Gray, James Chester, Callum O'Hare, all on frees, really, to be fair. With Villa, they spent a lot of their money last season, didn't they? Bringing in a lot of gash, really, if you ask me. And that's why, I've said on videos before, when you make the comparison to what Leeds are doing in this window and what Villa are doing in this window, it's chalk and cheese. Last window, when they were bringing in the likes of Samatta, Wesley from the Belgian league, and we're bringing in Spain's number 9. Different levels. There's levels to this game. That's just my opinion. But I do think they'll be all right. John McGinn, I believe, spent a lot of time out on injured. I do rate John McGinn. So having him and Grealish over a full season, yeah, maybe that works. But we shall wait and see. But I do think Villa will stay up. In 14th, I've got West Ham. Again, these teams who I'm going through here, Fulham, Brighton, Newcastle, West Brom, Crystal Palace, Villa, West Ham, they're all going to be down there, aren't they? You could really switch any of them positions around for me. And, it wouldn't really matter. They're all... It wouldn't really matter. West Ham, Villa, Palace, they're all a bit meh for me. Which is a shame, because you've got some big clubs there. Newcastle, Villa, they are big clubs. But I don't know. I just don't think they have the squad. And that's mad to think that I'm a Leeds fan coming up, first year back, 16 years, giving it the big one. But I just think with Bielsa at the helm, we're totally fine. Sugar C has gone City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester, Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, Wolves, Leeds, like that. Sheffield United, Burnley, Everton, Palace, Southampton, Newcastle, Brighton, West Ham, Villa, Brom, and Fulham. See? A lot of the bottom teams are exactly the same as what I've put out. But let's have a look. In 13th, I've gone Burnley. Burnley will be safe of that group, I think. From 20th to 14th could go either way for me. I think Burnley will be fine. I think they've established now. I do really like Mr. Deitch, if I'm being honest. Just think he's a top bloke. It is what it is. They brought in Will Norris from Wolves, released the likes of Hendrick, who I believe's rocked up at Villa, did I say earlier? No, not Villa. I know he's rocked up somewhere. Might have been West Brom. Aaron Lennon, Joe Hart, they've all gone out. And yeah, Will Norris, don't know much about him. But I think Burnley will be all right, man. They've got, Tarkowski, Pope, England internationals within that side. Of course, young Charlie Taylor as well. Be interesting to see how he does when we play against them. Exceptional talent, Charlie Taylor. I always remember, I don't know if you listen to, what's the podcast, man, with John Parkin and Chris Brown. What's it called? Under the Cosh. And Parkin, and they tell that story about Charlie Taylor where they said that they had to go in a restaurant. And they told him that you had to wear suit pants. You had to have pants in order to go into this restaurant. So anyway, they made him put on this, I think they were Johns, or they made him put on these suit trousers with these, with his like training gear on. Anyway, when they've gone into the restaurant, they just turned around and went, look at the state of him! And the whole restaurant all looked at him, and he ran off into the toilet. He was on loan. I think it was Fleetwood. No, where did he go out on loan? Anyway, he ran off into the toilet and started crying. And he was like, get my stuff. I can't believe you've done that to me. Honestly, obviously I can't tell it, but John Parkin tells it a beauty. But yeah, class. In 12th, I've got Sheffield United. The Blades do really rate Chris Wilder, do really rate Sheffield United. I have a lot of respect for Sheffield United. It's one of them Yorkshire teams that I do have respect for. And it's nice to see both us and them back in the big time like it was in the 90s. But I do like Sheffield United. They've brought in Aaron Ramsdale, who we were linked with from Bournemouth. Obviously, Dean Henderson's gone back to Scum. It's an interesting one, that at Scum, how that's going to play out with them. Obviously, Dean Henderson signed a new deal on a bumper deal, and you'd think he's going to be playing games. So what does that mean for De Gea, who a couple of seasons ago was the best in the world? But they've brought in Aaron Ramsdale, 18.5 million. You can see why we didn't go for that. There's no way we're spending 18.5 million on a goalkeeper, not a chance. And Wes Fondringham from Rangers. They've let go of Luke Freeman, someone we've been linked with in the past. But yeah, I think Sheffield United will have another good season. I think maybe in some people's opinions, they might see Sheffield United as a one-season wonder, or might think they'll, drop back down, second season syndrome, all that sort of talk. But I don't think Chris Wilder will let that happen. I don't think Sheffield United will. I think they'll still be well within the mix. Not as good a season as they had this, catching people unaware. People are going to be wise to their style of play now. It's been quite a rise from Sheffield United under Chris Wilder. If you think League One Championship Prem, surprising people. But now they're at their level. Will have teams work them out and have a plan for them this season? Who knows? Just my opinion. But I do not think they will drop down, and be in a relegation dogfight. I think they've got too much. Just my opinion. In 11th, I've got Southampton. Mr. Hassan Huzun started to get a real tune out of Southampton towards the end of last season. Obviously, Shea started getting involved as well. Mr. Adams, who was linked with Leeds United, and I think they'll do all right. I do think they will do all right this season. Let's just have a look at their deals. They brought Kyle Walker-Peters in from Tottenham. I think. What's his face went the other way, didn't he? Oh, what's he called, man? Højbjerg. Yeah, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg went the other way. They brought in Kyle Walker-Peters. And they've got Mohamed Salisu from Real Valladolid for 10.9 million as well. Again, don't know much about him. But yeah, Southampton, I think they'll do all right. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. In 10th, propping up that top 10, I've gone Leeds United. That's my pick, right? I'm not going to lie to you. When I first did this, I had Chelsea and Scum in 20th and 19th. That meant that we were in the top 6 at that point. And then I had to have a proper look at it. And thought, come on now. So I had a little look, a little more in depth with the transfers and the deals that have been done. Because as much as Chelsea have done, and as much as they've brought in, and as much as I can't stand them, I still don't think they're going to get top 4. The reason I say that is because I just think defensively, that yes, they brought in Thiago Silva. Bloody hell, yeah, I get that. I understand it, but I don't know. I just think he's a bit too gung-ho, Lampard. He don't really have a plan, right, for me. And I know a lot of people might think I'm talking shit. And Bielsa had his number. He did this in the Championship, He would get results on the fly. And people would be like, oh, my God, great. And then he would lose a few. I just don't think there's a lot in his style of play. It's just my opinion. And, yeah, anyway, I don't know why I've jumped towards... I don't know why I've jumped as far as Chelsea. I just end up talking about them and Scum, don't I? But in 10th position, I've gone Leeds United. Okay, I've gone Leeds United. I think we will be off. I think we're going to be totally fine. Alison and Matty Adams says, Joe, love your optimism. I'm always optimistic. You know that anyway, guys. I mean, I was, ever since I've been on this channel, it's all I ever have been. And that's all, even in them dark days that we have, my mate will tell you, Sean, he's a bit of a pessimistic. I'm a bit of an optimist. And I will be the one on the way to the games working out how many permutations for us to get into the playoffs when we were fecking down in 15th. And I had no chance of it. But I was still like, yeah, but we might win that next one. And if we win that next one and these ones lose, I'm just a positive guy. That's how I am when I go to the games. I think we can get a result every time we play. And I think we could get a result against Liverpool. But I'm also aware that we could get battered by Liverpool. It is what it is. That's going to happen. And I think Leeds fans as well need to be aware of that. Let's not go mad. There will be weeks where we'll get big scalps. We'll get scalps against the top teams. But there'll also be times where we make a few mistakes and get punished and lose 3, 4, 5, even 6. Even 6. We could, against the City, firing on all cylinders. We make a few errors. They come flying out of their blocks. We could get hit for 6. But that's okay because we will take scalps. We will pick up points against these lower teams, against Fulham, against Brighton, against Newcastle, against West Brom, against Palace, against Villa. I think we'll get 6 points from the first 3. I think we might lose against Liverpool, and that's fair to say. But I think we can then, and Fulham and think, yeah, we can take them. We can take them. I'm really looking, if I'm honest. Sorry, it just cut out there. Is everything all right? Everyone, I'm still on. All good? Yeah, good. Lou Leeds says, I will take over when Bielsa leaves. I just can't. I don't think I have it in me. But like Lou says, she genuinely thinks we can shock Liverpool. We have the element of surprise. Bielsa will have us fine-tuned, guys. I think we'll be ready and raring to go. The only thing that concerns me with this Liverpool game, and I know I keep going on, but we're on Leeds United anyway. We're 10th. This is where I think we'll finish. But the only thing that concerns me about this Liverpool game is the fact that we don't have a centre-back partnership. For me, there's no way Robin Koch comes in and plays at centre-back on Saturday. Can't see it, guys. He's just come back from international duty. There's no way Bielsa, after a few murder ball sessions, puts him in. Not for me. Just my opinion. So I think we might see Luke Ayling in at centre-back and Dallas at right-back. Barry Douglas at left-back. Alioski at left-back. Leif Davis at left-back. I think that's the way to go. He may even put KP in there and play Pascal Struijk, which again, we're up against Liverpool. If we had any other manager, I'd be bricking it for this season as a whole. And that's not a slight on the lads. I just think Bielsa's getting their best out of them. Yeah. Would another coach be able to boost them up that much to believe that they can run through walls? I'm not so sure. But he has these players believing it. I mean, look, he's took Calvin Phillips from an individual who a lot of us would have said, okay, move on, to an England international. This is the thing. But I just don't think the centre back, like the striking thing's not that much of a worry because we know we've got Paddy Bamford there. Now, shoot me down, but what I'm saying is we have someone there in centre back. We don't have another centre back. Berardi's out. We don't have another centre back. So that's the issue for me, is that we don't have a centre back partnership. We have Liam Cooper. Could you see Ollie Casey coming? Which again, first game in the Premier League against Liverpool. Whew. Do you know what I mean? It's a really tough test. Guys, keep getting your comments in. I'm seeing them flying in. Sorry, I'm just chatting away. I can see, and you're all making some great points. That's where the issue lies. And like Infectious says, Koch won't be ready. I don't think Bielsa will throw him straight in. A lot of other managers would. If this was any other manager, but we know this about Bielsa now. If this was any other manager, they would have brought him in, right? Straight in. We know that. We said that last season with JKA. Any other manager he starts, regardless of his fitness. Any other manager, Eddie Nketiah, he starts because Patrick Bamford isn't getting the goals. Under Bielsa, it doesn't work like that. So for me, that's where the issue lies, is that Robin Koch. Look, I'm doing my pre-match here. We're just chatting. I'll leave it there. I'm giving you all my good bits, man. But yeah, I've got Leeds United in 10th. Of course, we've done some great deals this window. I don't think we're done there. But like Phil Hayes said out on Twitter earlier on today, end of day, they needed a centre-back and a striker. We've got a centre-back and a striker. In Rodrigo, Spain's number 9, played well against Germany. Should have scored, could have scored. Could have scored, should have scored. Also assisted, last minute of the game. I believe he beat Robin Koch to the ball, actually. We brought in Robin Koch. Obviously, we brought Jack Harrison back, which again, I've got Jack Harrison in my dream team, guys. I think Jack Harrison will get a few assists, just my opinion. Joe Geldhart, that's an unreal signing. Charlie Allen, unreal signing. We'll have to wait and see if they're if we see them at all. We might see them in the Cups. Cody Drama, Sam Greenwood, who we got from Arsenal, and of course Ilya Meslier, our number one. So Gary Lloyd says it has to be Koch. Surely there is no other real option. Billy's a right back. Phillips is a defensive midfielder. I think a lot of people will agree with me, Gary, that Bielsa won't throw Koch straight in. I would be very, very surprised. Okay, very, very surprised. And I think this is what it will look like. Like Lou says, Dallas will go right back. I think Ayling will come in at centre back alongside Cooper, and Dallas will go out on the left, or maybe Alioski, because Douglas at times for me looks like he's running in treacle, and when you've got Mane and Salah running at you, it's not best for me. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Diego, see Palace this evening, or just seeing you. You're Danny at Claude. Great to see Leeds back. Thank you for coming over. Yeah, our man Danny Mountain has just been on Claude from Arsenal Fan TV's podcast. I think it's called Claude and Banters. That's a Monday thing as well. So maybe I'll start getting guests on this as well from other clubs. We'll be fine. Oh, here he is. Look, there he is. Danny Della Montens. Danny, if you want, what I'll do, let me see if I can send him the link. I'm just going to copy this link, guys. Let me see if I can just get into my old WhatsApp. There we go. Where's my WhatsApp? I'm still with you guys. Won't be 2 minutes. There we go. There we go. Right, okay. I've sent that over, so he might come and join us, and we'll have a chat. Yeah, Diego, Claude, and the Banters, it's called. Danny's been on there with them, so make sure you check that out. Thank you. But let's move on anyway. We've got Leeds United in 10th. Would you say that's a fair assessment, guys? Would you say that's decent? And I'm positive, yeah? Daily Snail says, even as an Arsenal fan, I hope you have a great season. I hope you have a great season as well. I really like Arteta. Don't mind Arsenal. And I've got you pretty high up, so stay around. I've got you pretty high up in my Premier League predictions. Demar Facey says he don't want to see Ayling at centre-back. Tell me why. I think whenever he's been called upon in that position, I think he's done good. Danny Delamonte is with us. Hi.
Hey, pals.
How you doing, mate? All right?
I'm good, yeah. Thanks for... Hello, everyone.
Good. For them asking what that noise is, it is me WhatsApp. Sorry about that. I don't know how to mute it. Gary Lloyd's got us 12. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown, Danny. I've done my Premier League predictions, all right? So I've got Fulham in 20th, Brighton in 19th, Newcastle in 18th. Yeah, maybe a little bit harsh. West Brom in 17th, Palace in 16th, Aston Villa 15th, West Ham in 14th, Sheffield United in 12th, or Burnley in 13th, I missed out there. 11th, Southampton, and then I've got us in 10th. What do you reckon?
I'd drop West Ham down a bit.
Yeah? See, I said, though, this is what I said. I said from West Ham down to Fulham. So West Ham, Villa, Palace, West Brom, Newcastle, Brighton, Fulham. You could switch any of them around. Do you know what I mean?
I think, personally, I'd switch Newcastle and West Ham, because I think West Ham, they had a bit of a bad... Yeah. And I think I just said on Claude and Banter's thing.
How was it?
It was good fun. It was good fun.
Where they were talking about Foden and that.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke, but I did say it, and I'm regretting it now. For those of you interested, I can hear you talking in the ears. I said he was scoring. He was trying to score on and off the pitch.
Hey, see what you did there.
Yeah.
See what you did there. It's your dad joke. And he's good for the dad jokes. They call me Dad Bod Dan for because of this. Mine's still not come, bro. Mine's still not come. I've had 2
don't
minutes.
Worry. It'll come, don't you worry.
I'm waiting on my polo shirt and my bloody Leeds shirt. But there you go. So Thomas Brennan says, lads, there's no way in hell we're finishing ahead of Southampton. I think we will.
I've got I think, yeah, they've got Danny Ings, which is, he had a good season.
Yeah,
It all depends.
Is he going to have the same season again?
It depends if his knees go, because he had a bad knee, didn't he, for a bit? So can he replicate that? How old is he now? 30? Is he 29, 30? Is he? Or is he younger?
Couldn't tell you.
For the basis of my argument, I'll say it's 29, 30. Can he replicate that? I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good player. He's well deserved his England call up after the season he's had. But yeah, I mean, they've just sold their player to one of their best midfielders to Spurs, haven't they?
Højbjerg, yeah, they've got in Kyle Walker-Peters, haven't they? Like a bit of a swap deal. YouTube TND says Super Frank doing the double over Bielsa. I have actually put a bet that Bielsa does the double over Frank, 35-1 or 25, I can't remember. We've got a lot of different ages for Danny Ings, but let's move on from that. From that. Leeds in 10th. I've then got in 9th, Everton.
Good shout.
Do you reckon? Or being too kind?
Yeah, no. I think that's quite okay.
Listen, go on.
I'm just saying that because they've got Allen in, they've got Rodriguez on the way.
Yeah, Allen's a top player as well, man. From Napoli.
Yeah, I think he, and I think he'll shore up that midfield. I mean, I think Everton will do. I think they'll be fine. Everton.
Yeah,
I mean, I think they'll be all right.
And they got Carlo Ancelotti. He's no joke, man. Carlo Ancelotti is he's a top gaffer. Barkers is asking, where's Mr. Part-Time Marriott? Marriott's had a tough day at work. Marriott is actually, is it Wednesday? He's going to be doing a little interview with a little player, so watch out for that. Watch this space.
Scoop.
Yeah, absolute scoop. It's a shame because obviously I can't do it because I'm doing the thing with Redmen TV tomorrow. It turns out it's not actually over the internet. It's going to be in a hotel. So I was like, I couldn't have done it anyway, mate, because I'm bloody isolating. It's driving me insane. So even if I could have been free, I couldn't have been free. So it's all good. But yeah, the lovely Oscar. Initially, when I asked him, he said, "Oh, no, I'm working." Then when I told him a player were involved, he quickly dropped the job. No,
mate, I'm working. It's with who? Sorry.
yeah, exactly. So watch this space for that, man. That'll be really fun for him. Yeah, so 9th Everton. I've then got Leicester in 8th. I do really like Leicester. I do really like Brendan Rodgers, but in terms of business,
good team.
Yeah, and in terms of business thus far, I mean, they've brought in Timothy Castagna from Atalanta for 21.5 million, but that's it. They've lost Ben Chilwell to Chelsea. I don't know. I don't think they'll have the reason I don't think they'll finish as high as they did this season or push towards them Champions League is because the rest of the top teams have got really stronger, I think, with the business that they're doing. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think Leicester, that's just my opinion. Leicester in 8th. I've then gone, and initially when I did this, right, I had Scum in 20th and Chelsea in 19th. So what I've done is I've put Scum in 7th because they're going to miss out, right? And then I've put Chelsea in 5th because they're going to miss out on Champions League. That's my thought process. I just want them to miss out. They might not miss out, but that's just my thought process.
If you will it, Joe, it'll happen. The universe has a great way of doing things.
Yeah. So I've got Scum in 7th. Okay, Manchester United in 7th. They've brought in Donny van de Beek, top player. Obviously, we know the impact of Fernandes at the end of last season. He was unreal when he came in January. Let's be totally honest. They've got Pogba. Can they get a tune out of him? And it's the same issues that I have with Lamps. I don't rate him or Ollie. How Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is managing a team of that level. Let's be honest. As much as we dislike them, they're a top level team. It's crazy because when he went to Cardiff, he was fucking garbage. Do you know what I mean?
Did he nearly get them relegated?
Yeah, no,
got them relegated.
Yeah, they went down. Go on. Yeah, so I've got them in. I've got them in 7th. What do you reckon?
You've got to win Man U.
Yeah, in 7th.
I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair one. Yeah.
I mean,
Because they've not. Their fans are crying out for signings.
Yeah.
Um,
Did they finish 4th this year, bro?
Oh, sorry, what? Say it again.
Did they finish 4th this year?
Yes, I think. And they made Europe, didn't they?
They made Europe. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, my knowledge of the Premiership is gash compared to the Championship. I only ever concentrate in the division that Leeds United are in. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, obviously that's what we all do. I mean, unless you're a footballist, then you love football altogether. We just concentrate on Leeds, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, we glance at the Premiership, but because we're not in it, we're not bothered as much. But obviously now that we're in it, I think so 3rd. So it's not a bad result, not a bad ending for them.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be different this year. I've just said it on Claude's channel that I think it's going to be Liverpool and City challenging for the title.
Yeah.
I don't think Chelsea will be that far behind them because of the signings that they've done. No, I mean I think they'll finish 3rd or 4th.
Really?
Yeah, just after they've got Kai Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic, Timo Werner who can't stop fucking scoring. Scoring.
Yeah, this is all Leeds TV. We don't mind a bit of blood.
And they've brought Chilwell in.
Yeah.
They're doing that.
When you're saying that, it's making me. I get it. I just don't want them to do well.
I don't. I want Leeds United to be lifting that trophy at Ellen Road.
Yeah.
And then we're going to lift. And I said on the channel the other day, you said, "What do you think to Gvardiol?" I said he'll be probably the 3rd or 4th person to kiss the Champions League trophy next season. but yeah, I think top 2 for me would be Liverpool City. Would you agree?
Yeah, I've got City. I think City.
Yeah.
What I've done, mate, I've gone for Wolverhampton Wanderers in 6th. That's what I've gone. Brought in Fabio Silva from Porto for 35 million. Don't know much about him. And Fernando Marcal from Lyon. Just because I want, I don't think Man United. Well, they probably will make top 6, but I don't want them to. So I put them in 7th. There you go. That's what's happening. Wolverhampton Wanderers in 6th. I've then got Chelsea in 5th because they're missing out on Champions League. That's the whole process. But listen, let's not kid ourselves, right? It's all a bit tongue-in-cheek. Chelsea have done some serious business. They've done some serious business. Like you mentioned, Timo Werner, I know a lot of people have said, I think Lou Leeds says, walk straight into my FPL team. I actually got shouted at from Oscar for putting him in my FPL team. But he's just a bags man, and he knows where the goals are. No, Chelsea will be 3rd. They probably will, mate. But in my opinion, I'm putting them 5th just because I dislike them. Like this isn't like I'm not being deadly serious with this. Do you know what I mean? So don't.
Yeah. End of the day, it's a prediction.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it's not.
Yeah, but like you say, Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Thiago Silva.
That's the big one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he does in the Premier League. It will be. Mbuyamba, don't know much about him, but he's coming from Barcelona. Chilwell, Sarr from Nice, and Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen. They've spent some serious dough. It makes a mockery of the old, Lampard brings through youth bullshit. Well, he brought through youth because they had a transfer ban. That's why he did. Now they've opened up Roman Abramovich's chest. It's the first time he's done it for a long time. If you remember when he first came in and they bought the likes of Damien Duff and all these sort of players, Robin, etc., and he really went after the league, and
Shevchenko and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But then he stopped for a long time, didn't he? And he looks now to have really opened the purse strings again. Frank Lampard has to do a good job there. Has to, with the amount.
Pressure's on.
Oh,
The
100%.
pressure's on massively now.
100%. Sort of be interested. Go on, what?
So I've just seen a comment there that says that I look like Frank Lampard. I tell you what, I wish I did. I wish I want his money. If I could buy me house.
Yeah. But like Demar first, he says, you've got to be optimistic. But yeah, Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea fans must be licking their lips, to be fair. They must be. In fourth, I've got Tottenham Hotspur.
Ooh.
Now, I probably, if I'm being totally honest, I'll probably switch them with Scum and Chelsea, but I didn't want to put either of them in my top four. So I've gone for Spurs. I tell you what, I watched that documentary. I watched the documentary, the Spurs one, All or Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Really good, wasn't it? Really good. I got a newfound respect for Mourinho. I like Mourinho. I do. And I know a lot of people dislike that, but he's one of them characters that I like. I know he was at Scum, etc. But listen, he didn't do a good job at Scum. Well, he won him Europe.
Thing is with Mourinho, where he goes, he wins trophies.
Yeah.
Unless it's Spurs.
Do you think? No, see. Do you not think he could do a job there?
What, Mourinho at Spurs?
Yeah. Do you not think?
I think it's people buying into his way of playing.
Mm.
I mean, I was talking on Close Channel. I keep plugging it, but it's what I've just been talking about.
Name drop.
I don't know if you know, but I've just.
Big deal.
Yeah. YouTube material. And but basically, we're just talking about it, and like I was talking about how Bielsa's players die for him, and we're not. And Jack were from Fulhamish, and he was saying that we're not going to make the same mistakes again. And I said Leeds aren't going to make that mistake. Yeah. We're buying players where we need it. Like Koch is a Ben White replacement, isn't it? Really. Yeah. And they brought in. He was saying Leeds were being a bit cocky, which he's got a point to a certain extent. But I said it's because we're back after 16 years. We're going to be cocky. We're going to be loving it, and we're up for it, and we want something from Liverpool, and
who said this?
Jack from Fulhamish.
He said we were being cocky.
Well,
it
will make. I'm not going to say anymore because you'll grab me through the screen. What did he say?
Tell me what he said. Come on.
No, he said we need a reality check in some. It will very no. You want having a go. You want having a go. He was just saying.
Don't play it down. Tell me.
I'm not playing it down. That's what he said. You can go back and watch the stream, and that's what he said. But I said it's because we've been away for 16 years. We're amped up. We want to tear this league a new one. We're fucking gonna do it. Sorry, F-bomb. And I was but going back to my point, I was just saying that Bielsa's players die for him. We're keeping that core of players, your Aylings, your Dallases, Paddy Bamford up top. Jack Harrison, he might be on loan for a second season, but it's going to be ours by the end of it, I reckon. I think we're going to pay 10 million for him. Do you know what I mean? Click gets it, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? Calvin Phillips, Yorkshire Perlo, which rattles other Premier League fans, apparently.
Yeah. Do you know what? No, but to be fair, like, Fulham. Like, these levels to this game, right?
Yeah.
We are Leeds United. We're not Fulham. This is why, and maybe this is. Listen, I've done a video with one of the Fulhamish lads. They are good lads. So I'm not slighting on them. It's just we have different opinions, right? I do have a very, very high opinion of my football club because it is my football club, and also it is the fucking nuts. It is the nuts, right? And we now have Bielsa, so I'm not having a Fulham fan saying, "Oh, you're getting above your station." No, we're not. We're Leeds United. We have that man there. Do you know what I mean? We have every reason to be. But don't get me wrong. Like, if we were to fail, we'll get absolutely hammered, right? We'll get absolutely hammered. But it is what it is. Fuck it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Anyway, so Tottenham brought in Matt Doherty, Joe Hart. Joe Hart's obviously not going to play. And Pierre-Emile Højbjerg from Southampton. I've then got third Arsenal.
Do you know, I predicted, obviously I give my prediction, and I said fourth me. So I like the way they're playing. Arteta is a disciple of Guardiola. Guardiola is the disciple of Bielsa. I think it's watered down Bielsa. And I made case in point, the first goal for Arsenal in that FA Cup. Totally avoided the gegenpress by passing it round, over and through, and then went on to Aubameyang across the pitch. Perla goal. And I think that's what Leeds United play, but a purest form of that.
There's your great analysis there from Danny.
I'm gonna set up a website, Danny Fans or something, and charge people for it.
But listen, they brought in Dani Ceballos back from Real Madrid on loan, top player. Cedric Suarez from Southampton, Pablo Mari, and Willian. I think Willian will do some serious damage at Arsenal. He's another one.
I can't believe Chelsea have let him go.
Yeah, he's another one got in my FPL team. I think Willian will pull up some trees at Arsenal.
I think he's a great winger.
Yeah, I think he's really good. Feed, I've seen it mentioned in a few times in the chat as well to say that James Rodriguez is in at Everton. Has that been confirmed? Is that a done deal? It's a big one.
It's been around. It's been around for a while, that one, hasn't it now?
Yeah. But I do think Willian will absolutely tear it up. I do. I've always rated him. He's a top player. I like him even more now at that club. But there we go. Yeah, I think they'll finish third. I do. I think they'll do a good job. Second for me is Liverpool. I think City will come back stronger, especially if they sign Koulibaly. They've already got Ake. I think they'll get Koulibaly. And that really shows them up defensively. That was their issues last season. Obviously, they're not replaced Company. They've got Laporte, who spent some time out on injured. He's now going to be fit, although he's been tested positive for COVID, I think, can he? I think Manchester City, they brought in Torres as well, Ferran Torres from Valencia. Yeah, and they've already got, a plethora. They've just got an amazing talent in abundance, and I think that Man City will win the league and Liverpool will come in second. Liverpool haven't done any business, have they? They're still go on, mate.
I think, do City need to do any business?
What
I do know is that I know a few City fans, and you could tell that Man City were hurt when Liverpool won that title. They were absolutely hurt, and I think, Liverpool haven't really signed anyone, have they? Apart from that young Greek lad,
Costas.
Costas. Yeah, his name is.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but a lot of people saying that we can nick something. Even the lads on the Arsenal thing, then they were saying, you know what? I think Leeds will get something. I think Leeds will even nick it. One of them said that he could even nick it. I said, I think we'll come away with something because they seem a bit shaky at the minute, in defensive. So, and I stand by my prediction that I think we'll come away with a point.
Yeah,
it's a ball 1-1, but even Claude said 2-2.
2-2. I think there'll be goals. I think it's worth saying that.
I think we'll catch them on the rusty side. I think we'll get the first goal.
Yeah. Do you think Liverpool will win the league then, or City? You go.
I think City will win it, but I think Liverpool will be on the tails because it seems like they won the Champions League the year before. They won the Premier League this time. It'd be very Liverpool if they just went and won the FA Cup this year. Do you know what I mean? To get all of them, but that's just my astute observation.
Yeah. But so come on then, mate. So we've done a little bit of a table prediction. So Saturday, obviously, we'll have our previews out this week. I'm chatting with Chris from Redmen TV tomorrow. How do you see us winning the game, mate? or getting something from it? How do you see it?
I see us trying to match. I see us trying to match the intensity, the gegenpress versus the Bielsa press. I've seen it a few times, and go from the Arsenal goal. I think that's how we'll do it. I think we'll, as long as we don't make errors early doors, like a Cooper blinder, but I can't see Cooper making a blinder just yet. And but as long as we stay compact, play our Bielsa way, press away, Calvin in the middle. I think it'll be. We said on the Anfield agenda video that it'll be Calvin versus Hendo, won't it? And I think that'll be he's probably got close to him in the England squad now, just having a bit of banter with him, saying I'm going to do you next week. Yeah, well, and but yeah, I think it'll. Can you imagine Paddy Bamford scoring the winner at Anfield? Yeah. Can you just imagine that? Can you just imagine? You know full well that Paddy Bamford's going to start against. Yeah.
I don't see a time where Paddy Bamford scores the winner against Liverpool. I just can't.
And I've just clipped it. There you go.
We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, I'm excited to do my preview for it, mate. I think the issue lies at centre back. I don't think Koch is going to come in and play. I think we're going to have possibly Luke Ayling in there and maybe Dallas at right back. And then who comes in at left back? I wouldn't have Bazza. I'm not a big fan of Bazza. I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but it is just my opinion. Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. Let's get some of your guys' questions in. Five reckons that Bamford could get 15 plus goals this season. Honest opinion, do you agree with that, Danny?
No.
No.
Can't see it. I can't see it. What did he get in the Championship? 16?
Something along them lines.
16, 18 or something like that. And no, I can't see that happening. Unless Rodrigo's absolutely amazing and he just feeds him. He plays Rodrigo in that 10 and just feeds Bamford all the time, which it might well be like that. But personally, I can't see it. If you can't score 20 plus in that team that were played in the Championship, Mitrovic or a guy from South, Che Adams, if we'd have got him, a prolific goal scorer, I think. No slight to Paddy Bamford. He works his ass off for the shirt, and that's what you want, innit? But I thought he just couldn't finish sometimes. And I'm not a hater of Paddy Bamford. I like him, so I just can't see it personally.
You? No, I've seen getting 15 goals, mate, against top level operators. In the Premiership, we mentioned earlier on, like Thiago Silva coming in at Chelsea. It's totally different levels of centre backs here. Van Dijk at Liverpool. It's a totally different ball game. So I'm not quite sure he'll get 15. I think he'll start the season, but I think we'll see Rodrigo in pretty sharpish, if I'm being honest. I think he'll lead the line soon enough. Hopefully we can get Rodrigo de Paul, but we're not going to have them in before this game Saturday anyway. There we go. Phil Clark says 16 from about 5 chances. You won't get that many chances in the Premier. He's better when he doesn't take a chance. That's a good point.
Very, very fine margins in the Premier League. Very, very fine.
Yeah. But we'll have to wait and see with that one. Mike Jones says, Bamford, Championship player at best, works his ass off but needs to score goals. That's his job. That is what a Premier League striker is. He's judged, well, a striker. I used to say it all the time, ultimately, regardless of how much graft you do on the pitch, you are judged on your goals. That's what a striker is judged on, is their goals. And that the jury's still out on that. But yeah, I don't think he's going to get that many opportunities as much as he did. I think maybe Rodrigo's movements and technicality, technical skill enables him to get more chances than what Bamford would in the side, if that makes sense. But we'll have to see.
What I will say on that, mate, if you don't mind, Bielsa strikers are never prolific. This is what I will say with Bamford. He can't fault his work rate at all. He gives all for the shirt, and that's what, as Leeds fans, that's what we want.
Yeah,
I mean, we've had some top strikers in our time, and Paddy's not one of them. He might not be prolific, he might not be a sniper, but if you look at Bielsa's history, he's never had a prolific striker. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and he presses from the front and works all around. Do you know what I mean? He's got to be. But other than that, yeah, that's just my opinion. And please be nice in the comments.
Yeah, Joe, you look shattered. I am tired, mate. I'm tired, but we're keeping up with this Monday Night Football. We have done about an hour and 5 minutes, so I am happy. I'm just seeing if there's any more questions to come in before we do. Matt Jones says, tell you what. Oh, he's gone. Where's his comment gone? Tell you, Joe, we need Haaland. That would be the dream, mate. That would be the dream. Yeah, that's a good point, Like Phil Clark makes, Firmino, for example, doesn't score a lot, but the rest around it do.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was just saying, wasn't it?
Sebastian says that Llorente was really prolific under Bielsa, and also Gignac. But are they exceptions to the rule, possibly? Let's have a look. There you go, Lou Leeds. Which of us saw like Ayling or Dallas scoring as many as they did, though? Get the whole team chipping in, and that's the key. I think we need to share the goals amongst this team. We need to take our opportunities when they come, and they're going to be few and far between. But when they do come, we need to take them. But I'm really excited for the start of the Premier League season. What day are we on now? We're on Monday. There is only 5 days. Is that right? 5? 4? Tuesday, Wednesday.
It's this week.
5 days. 5 days. Sorry, I'm tired. We've got 5 days. Previews will be out this week, guys. We'll have the video with the Redmen TV going up as well. Make sure you check out Claude and Banter's video that Danny was on a little bit earlier on. Make sure you check out their YouTube channel as well. It's really exciting being asked to go on all these different channels and asked, to do these different things and give our opinions. I'm doing a video with 90minute.com on Thursday, which should be released on Friday, so make sure you check out that. We'll retweet it from our channel as well, so I'm also excited for that. Leave it with this, Danny. Leeds going to come away from Anfield with 3 points.
1 minimum.
Minimum 1, yeah. That's it. Is that what you want, or what you think we'll get?
I want all 3. I want us to go up there, just show people what we're about. None of this sitting behind the ball. We're going to press them. We're going to match the intensity, and we're going to do what Leeds do. And but I genuinely want to come away with 3 points. I really do. But this is the Premier League champions, don't forget. Yeah. So I think minimum will come away. I genuinely do think we'll get a point. I genuinely do feel that way. That's how
I hope you're
right.
These are the ones that we don't need to worry about. It's the ones after. It's the Fulham and Sheffield United that you need to be picking up maximum points from for me. Dylan said, will there be a link to the game? There won't be a link to the game. It's on TV, but we'll be doing a watch along. So make sure you come and join us on Saturday as well. It'd be nice to see all your lovely and smiley faces. And I think after an hour and 7 minutes, we'll leave it there. Keep it locked to All Leeds TV. Plenty of content coming out this week. I'll be back on Monday Night Football again next week, obviously discussing not only Leeds' win at Anfield, but also the rest of the ties across the Premier League. Thank you, and thanks for coming over, Diego C. Palace, who actually came over after watching you.
That's why I'm in the comment.
Cool. It's nice that we're getting this. That's what we want, a little bit more variety, bringing people over. But thank you so much for tuning in, as always, guys. Have an amazing week. Look forward to Liverpool, and we'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds!